Okay, so let's just start out by taking a moment to settle in here, to arrive in our bodies, in our space. So you might close your eyes for a moment, check in with your breath, notice any thoughts that we're arriving with. Feel the sensations of the body, the support of the ground. And then as you're ready, we can transition to moving. So you might stay seated or lie down or find your way to standing. So just follow what feels right for you. And really give yourself some time to transition if you are moving to a new position. We'll give ourselves this opportunity to explore. So I'm going to transition to the standing, but feel free to follow what's needed for you. And then you might shake out your hands and feet here. Rubbing your hands together. You can start with the low back, with the pelvis. Just checking in with the shape of this area, with the weight of the pelvis, noticing our breath, noticing our contact with the ground. Then you might shake out your hands and feet again, and then bring your hands over your eyes. Feeling any extra tension around this area, letting go of any holding around the eyes, in the face, around the jaw. And then from here, just taking your time, going from the head down to the feet with touch, with movement, with awareness, just exploring. So you might give yourself a head massage. You might open and close the jaw a few times. And then checking in with the throat, with the neck, with the shoulders. And our focus today, the theme for this meditation is power. So just feeling our own power, checking in with parts of the body that feel really powerful, checking in with places that feel more sort of small or stuck or numb, and just feeling what that feels like. So finding places that feel open and strong. So you might do a little body scan and just feel, when you think of power, where do you feel that in the body? So exploring the movement of the arms, shoulders, hands, checking in with the chest, with the upper back, feeling the spine and the ribs. You might give yourself a belly rub. And then feeling the hips, the thighs, going down the legs. Maybe moving the ankles, stretching the feet around, feeling each toe. And then doing something to open up the hips to warm up before we welcome in more stillness. So you might explore circles with the hips, or maybe just wiggling the pelvis around. And then as you're ready, we can transition to a position to welcome in stillness. So you might sit on a pillow or a chair. You can lie down, although for this exploration of power, it can be helpful to be a little bit more upright. I'm feeling very interested in the alignment of the spine and really checking in with moments when we're leaning forward and moments when we're leaning back, and seeing if we can really find that alignment where we're right over the pelvis, the spine is long, the head feels light. So you might rock your pelvis forward and back, just giving ourselves this opportunity to explore. And then seeing if we can find that sweet spot where we're right above our sit bones. There's energy in the spine, the belly's soft, the jaw's relaxed. We might close our eyes here. And feel the breath moving in and out. Feeling the chest expand as we breathe in, feeling the spine lengthen, feeling more space in the belly, and then letting go as we breathe out. Noticing our contact with the ground, letting ourselves be completely supported by the ground. And again, bringing in this idea of power, just checking in with what embodied power feels like for you right now. Allowing ourselves to receive the support of the ground. Finding our alignment so we're right here. Our spine is stacked up. We're not leaning forward into the next moment, and we're not leaning back into the past. We're surrendering into this body right now, right here. Nowhere else to go, and nothing else to do. Maybe we find power in the effortless nature of breath, allowing ourselves to be breathed. Feeling the pelvic floor relax. Feeling the internal massage of breath. And giving ourselves this gift of time, the power to slow down, the power to be here now. Noticing thoughts as they come and go, and just letting them settle like snow in a snow. Whenever we start to follow a thought into a story, just coming back to the sensations of the body right now. Noticing the temperature of the air, texture of our clothing, the taste inside the mouth, little sounds. All the movements of breath. Allowing the breath to be slow and long. Feeling the power of breath to completely fill us up and completely empty. Noticing the sensations of breath passing through the nose, through the mouth, expanding all the ribs, expanding the back and belly, and then letting go, finding relaxation. Noticing any places in the body that feel powerful, allowing the chest to be wide, the shoulders to be wide, any length in the spine, really taking up space. Maybe there's a sense of tingling in the chest around the sternum. Maybe there's a sense of strength in the solar plexus. Maybe the belly or the pelvic floor feels really strong. And then letting go of any extra tension. Relaxing the jaw. Letting the shoulders fall back and down. Belly be soft. noticing. And in just a moment, we'll welcome in more movement. So for now, allowing ourselves to really enjoy this moment of pause, finding pleasure in the stillness, sensuality in the breath. Just following the next 3 breaths. And as we're ready, beginning to find more movement, maybe accentuating the natural waves of breath, noticing the curves in the spine, maybe following tiny circles, just giving ourselves this moment to really trust what the body's asking for. Trusting that the body knows and following these tiny movements. Feeling any changes in the breath as we begin to move and letting breath lead the way. Maybe we find these small undulations in the spine. Just following how the spine moves with breath. Following the pleasure of movement. And just noticing what feels most delicious in your body right now. And allowing that to be enough. And if it interests you, you might bring both hands to the chest. Just exploring this area of the sternum. Seeing if we might sort of map out this bone, this flat bone right in the center, attaching to these ribs, protecting the heart. One of the power centers of the body, just feeling the strength in these bones. And maybe feeling with the tips of our fingers where the ribs connect, continuing to move with breath, So maybe as you exhale, you might curl the shoulders in, sort of finding this cave-like rounding in the chest, and then following the breath as the chest is filled and opens. And maybe just accentuating this with the hands. Offering a little extra expansion in the ribs, maybe letting the head fall back. Noticing the connection with the throat, with the jaw, maybe giving yourself a little throat massage. Feeling the power of expression, the power of the voice. And then maybe continuing this exploration through the jaw. Maybe keeping your hands sort of still and letting the head fall forward and back. Following your own timing, your own rhythm. No need to rush here. Just noticing what sensations you're aware of in the jaw, in the throat, in the chest. Maybe finding an expansion with the arms. Just feeling the full expanse of the chest, of the upper back, of the arms and hands. Maybe finding some gentle movement here, feeling the length of the spine. You might give yourself a little hug. Feeling the shoulder blades here. Just finding this full wingspan. The power of expansion. And then following the exploration down to this area of the solar plexus. Maybe finding some tiny circles here. And again, allowing the breath to lead the way. So you might curl in towards yourself as you exhale. And then finding this expanse, maybe letting the head fall back. Feeling this connection with the solar plexus, the sternum, the throat, the jaw. And then following your own timing, maybe continuing the exploration downward to the low belly. To the pelvic bone. Maybe offering tiny circles here. Just some gentle touch, just waking up this area. And you might follow the breath here, curling in. As you exhale, really letting yourself empty. And then expanding, finding space as you inhale, unfurling the spine. Maybe letting the head fall back. And then you might take a moment to pause, closing your eyes, noticing the breath, noticing any changes in the body, in the mind, in the breath. Maybe putting one hand on the chest, one hand on the low belly. Just feeling as the breath travels in and out. With no effort. Allowing ourselves to be completely filled by breath, finding nourishment in the breath, and then letting ourselves be completely emptied, finding surrender. And if it interests you, we might transition to standing, or maybe you lie down and you just feel your feet on the ground, just really feeling that connection with the ground, the support of the ground, the power of the feet to hold us up. And if you're changing positions, really letting yourself find your way. So no need to push, no need to move quickly. Just exploring how we find our way, how we follow the breath, follow the body. So maybe you found yourself standing, or maybe you're lying down, and just continuing this exploration of power and surrendering to the moment, to your body right now, to the space where you are, to the breath moving in and out. So you might close your eyes and explore the jaw in this new position. So putting your hands on either side of your jaw, letting the hands be still, and allowing the head to move forward and back. Just noticing the sensations in the jaw, noticing the breath, feeling the connection from the jaw to the throat, maybe giving ourselves a gentle throat massage, just waking up this area of the throat, of the neck, the voice, expression. And then maybe offering circles to the chest, circles over this strong, flat bone, the sternum, feeling the ribs, feeling the expansion of the chest, the expansion of the upper back, maybe letting the arms stretch out long, maybe allowing the feet to be wide, just letting ourselves really take up space here and finding that alignment in the spine, in the pelvis, letting our head be lined up right over our spine, right over our pelvis. So we're not leaning forward, we're not leaning back, we're just right here, solidly supported by the ground, supported by the breath. And then offering small circles to the solar plexus. And then going down to the low belly, to the pelvic bone. And then we might close our eyes, take a moment to pause, let go of any doing. Just allowing ourselves to be right here, right now, surrendering to the moment, nothing else to do. Following the next 3 breaths. And then if you're standing or lying down, we might find our way slowly to sitting, coming back together, giving ourselves a moment to pause, maybe closing the eyes, bringing one hand to the low belly, one hand to the chest, integrating anything that happened in this short time, just noticing any changes, feeling into our own power, and surrendering to what it feels like to be embodied right here,